Welcome to this course where we're going to be covering the computer science and digital fluency learning standards around impacts of computing. Right now, I am on the state ed website. So if you grab the link you see at the top here, which is nicid.gov/curriculum and instruction, computer science and digital fluency learning standards, or if you just Google NICID CSDF, they will come up for you. It's also linked on your Canva page. On this page, you have a lot of information about these new standards. First, you'll have this image that shows each of the concept areas that the computer science and digital fluency standards go over. In this course, we're only going to be focusing on the top one. Below that, you'll see the standards at complete, so you can take a peek at the New York State K-12 Computer Science and Digital Fluency Learning Standards PDF. You can also take a look at the glossary of terms, and having a common vocabulary will be very helpful K-12. There's also an Excel spreadsheet if you'd like to take a look at the standards and actually map that with the standards you already do in your classroom. Below that are the learning standards by grade bands. I highly recommend that you look at the grade band below and the one above to see what the students should come up knowing and where they need to go after they leave your class. Below the learning standards by grade bands, there are standard examples. These examples were put together by educators around the state, and so they're great for you to take a peek at to see what the standards could look like in action. Again, I highly recommend that you look at the standards for the ones below your grade band and above, as it might help you see a clearer picture as to how these standards could look in your classroom. Below the standard examples are the at-a-glance documents. These will just show your grade band, so great printable for you. And at the bottom are some NiceGate courses that similar to the ones that you're taking today. Up at the top left, if you click on the second box down, the implementation timeline and roadmap, on this one, you can see that from up until June 2022, we were in that awareness building phase where we talked about the rollout and think about the implementation. From July 2022 to August 2023 is our capacity building. This is where we want to focus on curriculum, think about what resources we need in our classroom, and think about our professional learning like you're doing today. From September 2023 to August 2024 is where all credit-bearing computer science courses must be aligned. So think about your AP computer science classes. By then, they need to be aligned to the new standards. For the rest of us, we need to continue that capacity building. But in September 2024, that's when we're looking for full implementation of these standards K-12. For more information and to figure out who are the stakeholders in implementing these standards, you can take a look at the roadmap, and there is an editable version if you'd like to take notes. Below the timeline and roadmap, there is information about the standards development process where you can learn how the work group was put together, who was involved, and you can learn about how they came to be. Below the standards and development process is the FAQs. Here you're going to find frequently asked questions as far as how they should be implemented, what are the assessments to it, and the professional development that needs to be done. Finally, there is an area for computer science statement of continued eligibility. When you click on that link, it's going to take you out to the Teach website where you're going to get some information about getting this statement of continued eligibility. If you're teaching a course and employed in a school and you want to continue to teach that course, there is a 10-year grandfather clause that once this opens up, you'll be available to be able to attain. This should open up once probably around or before September 1st, 2023 to give you the full 10 years to since once the standards are implemented. So come back here and take a peek if you haven't had a chance to see what the acceptable computer science courses are and to find out more information about this statement of continued eligibility. So again, this is a great place for you to bookmark and take a peek as far as learning more about the standards. And if you have any more questions or want to take some time to dive in, please visit this website so you can gather that information.